What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a Marvel Avengers video. I have been playing the game not quite as regularly as I did previously, just because I've been getting back into the Division 2, and obviously the release of WWE 2K22 has taken up a bit of my time as well. Anyway, talk today a little bit about the future of this game, a game that we love a whole lot. It's so much fun to play. And let's face it, it's really the only game, certainly at the moment, that allows us to play as our favorite superheroes in an RPG format. So, well, maybe not an RPG format, but in a looter format, especially. Anyway, as I'm sure you're all aware, Embrace has purchased Crystal Dynamics. There's still a lot of information to come out about what exactly that means for a lot of the games under the Crystal Dynamics kind of portfolio, I guess is the best way to put it. And certainly Marvel's Avengers is one of the most talked about ones at the moment because of the IP. Now, we know that the spokesperson from Embrace has said that it does include Marvel's Avengers, and I think the final word on exactly what's going to happen with the future of the game really comes down to Marvel. And hopefully, the continued support that the player base has given this game, not the devs, not Crystal Dynamics, although they have obviously continued to work on the game and I'm sure do their very best with the limited limited staff. I mean, they need a bigger staff. We know for a fact that they've got a small group of people actually working on the game. They do their very level best and we appreciate them for it, but they're going to need more resources if they want to make this game what we want it to be. Forget about what they want it to be. if they're going to make the game what we want it to be, they need more resources. We want things like joining progress, which means whole new servers and the game being moved to new servers. I think that's not something that's going to happen personally, but if they were to do it, they'd need more resources. Also, things that would allow them to bring us these bigger missions, things, aside from the fact that it would allow for like the raid and things like that to be able to be join in progress. So if you have a disconnect, it's not the end of the raid for everybody. It means that the person can join in or someone else can join in the meantime.
I'm almost done. Hang in there.
But also things like the Cloning Labs mission, or the what were they calling it? The kind of the free roam mode that they were going to do, or that they talked about. Those type of things. They really require a server-based game and not a peer-to-peer. So that's something that, of course, like I said, is going to require resources, funding, more, probably more developers, people working on the game and things like that, which is not something I think that Crystal Dynamics are able to do. But maybe, just maybe, with the Embrace Group taking over, and if they get the go-ahead from Marvel and everybody else that needs the go-ahead, maybe that's something that we can look forward to. Who knows? We certainly don't, and it's not information that we have to hand at the moment, but it might be information that we get in the coming weeks and months. What we do know is we have a new hero coming our way in the form of Jane Foster, Lady Thor, the Almighty Thor, number of different things that we can and do call her. Let me know in the comments what you think about Jane Foster coming to the game. Again, we get to see exactly kind of what the moveset's going to be, what her heroics are going to be. The one thing that I hope we don't get is just a clone of Thor with a different
AIM will attempt to
body,
initiate a shutdown
essentially.
protocol if they gain access to the terminal.
You know, a female Thor, which I mean is what we're getting. But what I mean by that is I don't. It would be terrible for this game if she doesn't have different heroics and different abilities. I have every faith that she will. I mean, we talk about clone characters or characters that have similar move sets. Look at Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. Now, I appreciate Hawkeye and Kate Bishop came as actual content, i.e. with missions and storylines. It wasn't just a character drop like Spider-Man, for example. However, when you look at the combination of those two things, when Hawkeye and Kate Bishop came out, everybody was complaining, oh, it's just another Archer, it's another person the same. Not everybody, but you know, that was the main complaints people were saying. But anybody who's played this game and played as those two characters knows that they feel entirely different. They are nothing alike in regard to their play style and the way they play, and it's a huge credit to the developers and the programmers that made those characters just feel so different and like their own characters, despite the fact that they both use a bow, they both use a sword, they both, you know, so hopefully what we get is a character drop like Spider-Man,
That helps, thank you.
but that feels different. That the move set, you can tell you're not playing as Thor, you're playing as Jane Foster. Because that's what we want. We want to be able to play as these heroes and know that we're playing with them, not just Thor with a, you know, with, well, I guess Thor's got long hair, depending on what skin you're using, but not just a female version of Thor. So yeah, I mean that's kind of a key thing. It's great that we're getting a new character. I'm really looking forward to playing as Jane Foster. Obviously, working up her skill tree, grinding her to the higher levels, getting her through the raid, seeing what her raid gear's like, and all the different things that are going to come along with any new character. The challenge card even, seeing what kind of cool cosmetics and emotes and things like that we're going to get for her. All things that really bring joy to me when I play this game, something that we've been missing. I mean, I play on PlayStation, as you can see, so certainly I've had a character much more recently than the unfortunate Xbox and PC players who are going on almost a year without any new characters, and the only new content being the raid that they've received since War for Wakanda came out. So it's great that we're getting a new character. I just hope that it is a new character, as I said. So other than that, obviously there's been a lot of fixes and updates and things like that have been coming out recently. So you know, those patches are always very welcome, especially when they address issues with the game that have been plaguing it since the not release, but since the raid released. Certainly, we've had lots of varying and different issues, and so it's great that the team is still supporting everything. I'm looking forward to seeing what else we're getting this year. At the very least, I hope that Embrace allows them, the devs, to finish out the content that was already planned. You know, things like the Kree invasion. We need to see an end to the story before the game ends. As well as, you know, getting maybe a couple more heroes in there. You know, She-Hulk's always been heavily linked to the game. Again, kind of another clone-y type character, but you know, not exactly a clone, because you know, she's a very different body type, very different fighter style and things as well. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you think about Jane Foster coming. Let me know what you think about the Embrace Group takeover of Crystal Dynamics, purchase of Crystal Dynamics.
Thank you, Avengers. We'll
Yeah,
continue
and
monitoring the
I'll,
game's facilities.
make
Last
sure
thing
you
we
hit
need
that
is a
like
highly
button,
unstable arc
subscribe.
reactor in their
Let me know in the
hands.
comments if you want to see more Avengers content as well, live streams or build videos, things of that nature. Happy to revisit the game as much as the demand requires. So, thanks again, guys. Hope you have a great day. Peace.